Yo, what up, what up? Thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the content, getting ready for this banger. So, I'm just gonna dive right into it, man. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed this, or I was one of the ones that noticed that I didn't hear anything about Spider-Man coming to PC until the whole Activision Blizzard deal was announced. You get what I'm saying? You following me? Like I kind of feel like this was like what's the word that I'm looking for when you kind of got like leverage over another company. You kind of got leverage over another company, and it's kind of like this is like your ammo or your answer back to the whole Call of Duty Activision deal in order for Sony, for pretty much for Xbox to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. So it was kind of like a switcheroo. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking to myself, I'm seeing all these blogs and vlogs and these gaming streets, and everybody keep complaining about, the Sony ponies complaining about why is Spider-Man pretty much on PC. They felt like they pretty much waste their money on a PlayStation 5, on a PS5 or PS4 Pro, whichever one they can get their hands on, because it's such high demand. And so I'm thinking maybe they probably would have said, okay, well, if everything is coming to PC, why not just go buy a PC? If you're porting everything, all of the AAA bangers over anyways. So I'm thinking Sony have been holding Spider-Man hostage all of this time for moments like this, so that they can protect their jewels, protect their treasure, their pride and joy, Spider-Man, their bread and butter. So that's what it led me to believe, like, man, was this part of the plan? Like, Xbox was coming this generation. You don't think that Sony wasn't doing their research on Xbox. Do not think for 1 second that they were not doing their research on Xbox, because all of the developers and all of these studios were all, Xbox been making noise in these streets, ringing bells really hard for this generation. Everybody's been pulling for Game Pass so hard these past few years. So Sony was like, we know we got one of the biggest AAA bangers to somewhat protect this deal, getting good graces with Xbox for the whole Call of Duty deal, Activision deal, since this is pretty much a big deal right now, right? I mean, they're pretty much going out of their way to try to stop it. So obviously, if you're going out of your way to stop a deal, but you're trying to get in good graces, you're scheming and grimy, right? Sony, how scheming and grimy and gritty they are, right? They always have another little scheme a little plot that they're planning to do. So you gotta watch, you gotta read between the lines with Sony. You can't just really just ask them something and they're gonna tell you the truth. No, you're gonna find out months later, maybe years later, wow, this is what they did behind my back. They're locking down more games that we didn't know about. So you gotta think this is their counterattack to the Call of Duty Activision deal, because they want to keep that revenue coming in from Call of Duty. So for the next 2.5 years or whatever, once the deal goes through, will Xbox take Call of Duty off of PS5? Warzone should be able to stay. I think if they make it like a Warzone 2, I really feel like Warzone should stay multi-plat. But what I feel like should go exclusive is the actual Call of Duty game itself, with campaign and their multiplayer, not the battle royale. I think that Warzone should stay multi-plat, because that's a good cross-play game, and I feel like everyone needs that to pretty much compete with Fortnite, Apex, and everything else out there with the Battlefields. So I think they do need to keep that multi-plat, but they should make one of them or DLC exclusive to Xbox, being that they have to make, that's a lot of money you're spending into a company, 70 billion. You're going to want to see something in return, And if they're betting on Game Pass, hey, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe they're betting on Game Pass because right now that is Xbox bread and butter. But that led me to believe holding Spider-Man hostage. I can't say that for God of War because God of War was their IP, but we all know Spider-Man is one of the biggest superheroes of all time, hands down. There's no comparison with no other superhero. Spider-Man is the biggest. So we know next to him is probably Batman, but we know Spider-Man still may be a little bit bigger. But that's crazy that I was just pondering. I was thinking, I was like, man, was this their whole deal to say, okay, so now they have a little leverage to say, well, Xbox, you shouldn't take Call of Duty away because we did give PC Spider-Man. Now, granted, a lot of Sony ponies, a lot of Sony fans are upset, just as well as Xbox fans are upset about the whole Spider-Man thing, because a lot of people though really felt like Spider-Man was stolen from Xbox. Like they just kidnapped Spider-Man, like it was like no warning sign or nothing. So why is it a problem if Xbox just, steal Call of Duty away? Leave Sony fans traumatized like they did with Spider-Man to Xbox. But they don't want that. They don't want that because it's a yearly release and Spider-Man only released every 4 to 5 years. So they probably feel like, man, we can't have these annual releases, these games being released every year. There's not a Spider-Man or God of War coming out every year. You know what I'm talking about? These games take a long time to make and craft and design and put together, and you're bringing out stuff like Madden every year, NBA 2K every year, Call of Duty every year. I don't even think they bring a Battlefield out every year. So you already know these studios are huge. So you're gonna need like 15 to 2,000 people working on one game in order to release it every year. So Sony don't want to spend that type of money to make another Call of Duty because they're greedy. Why would I want to spend that type of money and I'm greedy to make another Call of Duty when I can just hold Spider-Man hostage and have that as my counter attack to actually go back at Xbox if they ever decide to do a deal like this? So pretty much that led me to believe this Spider-Man have always been that, that go-to. Like, okay, if they do a deal pretty big, if they make a big deal or they buy a big studio, maybe they were going to do it with Starfield. Maybe that was going to be the exchange, but Starfield, they needed something a little bit bigger than Starfield that was coming. And this deal was a little bit bigger than Starfield. Way bigger. So, because I don't think Starfield is going to be being released every year. It's probably just going to be like a million DLCs coming with that game. But that led me to believe, guys, that's why they're holding Spider-Man hostage. They gave it to PC to get in Xbox good graces, right? If you really think about it. Like, why are all these blogs and vlogs coming out about Spider-Man? Spider-Man is just a juggernaut itself. It moves consoles. So why would they hold him, behind the whole lock him down behind PlayStation? It was for this moment here to keep Call of Duty, to keep something like Call of Duty from leaving PlayStation, so that they can go back and say, hey, that may be the next, whenever they bump heads again, if they ever bump heads like this again, this have been one of the biggest times I can remember that Xbox, and for like the first time ever, they actually really got into it like this. Like, we never really seen all these blogs and vlogs in these gaming streets get this crazy between Xbox and PlayStation fighting over a game. We never seen it like that before. So Sony have been like they really got their work cut out for them right now, man. And I really don't know. I still don't know the direction Sony wants to go in. They don't want to do day ones. They don't want to add Call of Duty to PlayStation Plus Premium. If they do that, and they put it on Game Pass as well, okay, it's a win-win for both. Cause nobody's really paying $70, but they want to protect that $70 price tag, you know. And from what I was seeing, Spider-Man is like $60 on PC, on Steam, and probably like Epic. So that just to let you know that Sony is just being greedy and grimy. Because why is Spider-Man $60 on Steam and Epic, but it's $70 on PlayStation? Sony fans should have something to say about that, but then you had the Sony ponies backing that up, trying to justify, oh well, it's a high quality game, they need this for the developers. Do you really think the developers do you think they are seeing that money? Do you really think they're seeing that extra, those millions and millions of dollars flooding in the gates? Do you think those developers are really seeing that? If they were seeing it, you wouldn't be complaining about Call of Duty making a Call of Duty competitor right now. You wouldn't be complaining about that. They don't want to spend the extra however much, 200, 500 million, $1 billion to compete with Call of Duty. I don't really even know how much it really costs to make a Call of Duty game, but I'm gonna look it up and see how much they pretty much spend the budget that game, because Sony don't want to pay it. They refuse, like, because if you look at the budget to make a Call of Duty game, right? Why? So we know Sony have enough. If you're spending millions and millions of dollars, instead of, how about this? Instead of doing blocking rights and spending millions and millions of dollars to block games to come to Game Pass, how about you make a Game Pass competitor? How about you spend millions in that? Do something positive with the money instead of doing something nasty, gritty, and grimy and scheming and trying to block deals. You know, that's what I try to tell you guys, man. Just be on the righteous side. Like this, at the end of the day, do you guys really care about this? Like Spider-Man being held hostage from Xbox fans, like the real true Sony fans? Like, do you feel like you got like a treasure or something? Treasure hunting or something? Do you feel like you got a magic wand or something, since you can pretty much hold Spider-Man back from Xbox fans? Does that make Sony fans feel good, or does it just make Sony ponies feel good? I'm pretty sure the dude that owns Sony is a Sony pony, so he don't care about nothing Xbox has to say. Uncle Jim is over there trying to make things happen, but he still have to probably report. I think he runs PlayStation. I don't think he just pretty much is the middleman, the messenger or whatever. He had to deliver messages to Sony, to the higher up. But at the same time, no one wants to really work on making PlayStation Plus a true competitor with day ones. No one wants to figure this out. There's like, oh, you know, when we dropped the $70 price tag, we really had no intentions on really probably even doing a PlayStation Plus Premium. This came later on when they seen that how on fire Game Pass was on Xbox and PC. You know. And now PlayStation Premium, it does have Miles Morales on there. So if you have PC, you can play right now. You don't even have to wait to buy it on Steam and Epic. You can actually go, if you download the PlayStation Plus Premium app, you can actually play Ghost of Tsushima. You can play all the AAA bangers right now on your PC. That's why I say I choose to play PC, because PC is actually the best place to play. But that's just my opinion. You know, I'm just trying to look out for you guys, so you don't have to go out and run out here looking for a PS5 or a PS4. And all you have to do, pretty much, you don't even have to build a PC. As long as you can sign online, it's live streaming. It's a streaming service like Netflix. You don't even have to have a powerful enough PC. All you have to do is just live stream it. Hook your Ethernet cable up to your PC and live stream it. And you're playing Miles Morales, bro, right now on your PC today. Download the app to your PC. Go out and get a PS4 controller and just just download the PlayStation Plus app Premium. Cloud gaming. You have to get the one with cloud gaming, and you can play Spider-Man Miles Morales right now. You know, but it still doesn't really, it's not really ringing bells, because nobody's really promoting it like that. I don't know why they're not promoting it, but that is a big deal to me. I don't know why people are not. I think I may actually start promoting that a little more, because there's a lot of people can't get a PS5 right now, and I feel sorry for those people that really want to jump into that ecosystem but don't really know how. So I may jump a little more into that, because I know a lot of people still wants to play Ghost of Tsushima, Uncharted, God of War 2018, not Ragnarok, and so many more AAA bangers on there. I want to say Red Dead 2 is on there as well, and so many more. PS3. It's so much on PlayStation Premium that it does have a value there, but I don't think it's being pushed and promoted right. I don't think they really care to push it because they want to protect that $70 price tag. So I don't really know. You have to be like a PC diehard fan or something to even know about this stuff. I don't know. I just don't be hearing in these gaming streets. I don't hear about it, bro. But I'm letting you guys know you can play Miles Morales right now on your PC today. Go look it up. Go to PlayStation site, log on, and look at cloud gaming and follow the directions, and it will tell you how to play it. So until next time, guys, make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell so you can be notified on all of the new latest and greatest news in these gaming streets. And peace.